I recently read a newspaper article of a person who didn't like mayonnaise. And one day at her grandma's house when she was growing up, she saw these eggs with a yellow filling inside of them. And she asked her uncle what they were, and he said, well, they're deviled eggs, so she tried some. Well, she ended up eating 8 of the eggs because she loved them so much. Later on, her mom, she came in and said, I thought you didn't like mayonnaise. Since some recipes with deviled eggs, they have mayonnaise in them. So she decided then, from then on, that she liked mayonnaise. So for you mayonnaise haters out there, it might convert you, even though these are made with Miracle Whip. Today I'm going to instruct you on how to make deviled eggs and a little bit of information about them. Knowing how to make deviled eggs, it helps you, like you go to family events, you know, you got something, come in a pinch, you're like, oh my god, I didn't make anything. And it doesn't take very long. It only takes 4 ingredients to make, and you know, they're good. So I received the recipe from my Aunt Jenny, and she helped me make them. Everywhere I go, I bring them there and I leave with an empty platter. I know everyone really likes them, and especially my Uncle Todd, because I see him eat like 4 or 5 of them, like in a row, put them on the plate. Deviled eggs will always have a place on the banquet table, and so it would be helpful for you to make these for your family, which I'm going to teach you. To better appreciate the deviled egg, one must know the origin of it. Not very many people know where deviled egg came from. It actually came from, it's European, and ancient Roman to be exact. That came from the National Deviled Egg Day, November 2012. Why do they call them deviled eggs? The term deviled eggs refers to the spices used in preparing them. That also came from the National Egg Day, November 2012. Deviled eggs have been so popular they can be found in menus of high-end restaurants because they include lobster and pork belly, which I guess is like a delicious thing. Anyway, now that you learned some background about deviled eggs, I'll teach you how to make them. We begin with our ingredients, which are dozen eggs, salt and pepper, paprika, yellow mustard, and Miracle Whip. So when you make these, you make them to, my aunt made them to taste. So she said the rule of thumb, you add 3 or a third less of mustard than you do mayonnaise or Miracle Whip. Now that we have ingredients, the first thing we need to do is boil the egg.
I'm not going to be in the building.
Which my PowerPoint's not working, but just showed you how to boil an egg. You place the eggs in a saucepan and cover with water. You bring it to the boil, and once it's boiling, you turn off the heat, cover it, and set for 15 minutes. And that'll get your eggs cooked. And that came from allrecipes.com. Deviled eggs is the title. Once your eggs are cool, you got to peel the shells off and cut them lengthwise. Which I also had a visual aid of the eggs cut in half lengthwise. Now add about a third cup of Miracle Whip, or not third cup, third cup, and a tablespoon of yellow mustard. A pinch of salt, and that's it. Then you mix it up, and if you don't get the smooth consistency, then add more Miracle Whip and add a third less yellow mustard until you get the smooth consistency. Once you have the desired consistency, I like to sacrifice an egg and tear a piece off, and dip it in the batter and take a bite, which that'll give you the real taste of it, and you can go on from there. If you need to make it sweeter, you add more Miracle Whip. If you need to make it more tartar, you add mustard. Now it's time to demonstrate what you do. Most people, they take out of the bowl the spoon and put it in there, which it ends up being messy and whatnot. So I put it in a plastic bag and I cut a little corner off. And then I push down the batter down to the end. And squeeze it right there in the egg. It makes a nice professional look, kind of. And once you feel that, then you sprinkle paprika on top, and that gives it a more garnished look and gives it that extra spice too. Now all you have to do is clean up and enjoy. In conclusion, deviled eggs will always have a place on the banquet table, and when you're making memories with your friends and family. Today I've taught you how to make deviled eggs, and I hope you someday make deviled eggs to bring to your family. Now this recipe is just a basic recipe. A lot of people add a lot of things to it, to their tasting, like pickles and peppers, some other spices. If you want to play devil's advocate, try adding jalapenos, green chilies, olives, bacon bits, chili flakes, sun-dried tomatoes, avocado, and relish, which came from Crate Fun Easter Chicks with Deviled Eggs, March 2013. And that concludes my speech.